Hello everyone, welcome to the orbit of the coding. So today I am going to explain what is Angular HTTP client, and I will also give you some examples to how HTTP client works. So basically HTTP client in Angular HTTP client is a built-in feature. If we need to uh, use some HTTP request like get, post, put. So we need to use HTTP client, right? So suppose we have a API endpoint that is hosted in third-party API, or we can create our own API. So in our project, if we need to fetch the data from the API in Angular frontend, then we can use HTTP client. So Angular create a built-in feature. We don't need to do write lot of codes to fetch the data from the API. We need to write a minimum line of code to perform these operations, right? So let's flip to the Visual Studio. I'm going to show you how HTTP client works. So I'm in the Visual Studio. So first of all, you need to import HTTP client module in the app.module.ts, right? So I'm going to import HTTP client modules. Yeah, here you can see that. So you can see that showing some depreciated, right? I can show you the message. So HTTP client module is depreciated. So this is the warning message. So Angular 18, going forward, Angular 18, we are not using rigorously on HTTP client. We are going to the provide HTTP clients. So Angular 18 going forward. But still we can get the notification, but it's not issue. We can use the HTTP client module. We can still use HTTP client module, but Angular 18 plus more version suggested you can now going forward you can use a provide HTTP client instead of HTTP client module. So Angular 18 plus models it depreciated the HTTP client models, but still we can showing the examples how HTTP client model should work. So I have imported. Now we need to in the add in the imports field, right? So I am added, right? So now I can show you some example. I'm going to create a product service, and in the product service I'm going to fetch the products from API URL, use the HTTP client module, right? So now you can see that I have already created product service.ts, and these are the API URL. So this is the good example. If you this is the hosted in storeapi.com. So if you need this is the API URL, you can use anywhere. This is hosted by some third party, right? So I need to inject the HTTP client in the service constructor, right? So now I am going to inject. This is the dependency instance I was already demonstrated in the previous session. If you not watching this video, then you can go through my previous session video. So I am going to import the HTTP client. Here you can say that we can get the prompts from the co-pilots. So now I am going to add a package. So HTTP clients is the part of this package. Import Angular common HTTP. So we need to import that. Here you can see that, right? Now I have already created one method that is get product. I'm going to comment it out, and get products we can use observable. So observable is the part of import.rxjx. So observable, I will tell you in the more details in the upcoming session what is observable and how rxjx should work, right? So as of now, I can just use the method get products and use the observable, and we can use the http dot get verbs and pass the URL. Right? This is the third party fake URLs. This is for demonstrated purpose only. So now these are the services, and we can use the get products. So usually we can use the service for any HTTP call request, because in your project might be this method get products we can use in the multiple components based on our requirement. So that's why we can create services. So this is the common services we can use anywhere in the any component in our applications. So now I'm going to inject this, use this service into the home component, right? So you can see that I have already used the product service here and call the get product service, and we can call the get products endpoint. I'm going to display here. You can see that, right? So, and we can use the subscribe to fetch the data from the observable using the rxjx, and we can use the next data, right? So we can store in the variable products, right? So in the front end, in that home.component.html, I can use the list. So currently I'm going to, in the API we have a lot of products, but I need to use only 5, so I can slice the products, right? And we can show the only titles and the price of the products, right? So I'm going to save and show you in the front end. So we can go the call the get products in the end units. We can call this method. Here you can see that. Yeah. Here you can see that we can we can get the product lists, and in the product list we have the titles and the prices we can show it. So in the HTTP clients, I can show you some more examples. This is already I can show you what is the steps to use HTTP clients modules. So in the we have the methods HTTP get. So HTTP get is used for fetch a data from the API. HTTP post is used add new data in your database. So we can use HTTP post method. And HTTP port, if we need to update some existing data, then we can use HTTP put methods. And HTTP delete, if we need to delete some data, then we can use HTTP delete. So yeah, so this is that's it from the HTTP clients. So if you have any question, then please put into the comment section. I am happy to resolve your query. Thank you so much.